Hello, my friends. How are you all doing today? Hope you're all doing well on this fine day. And you want some more game reviews, I see, huh? TTBurger game reviews? Well, you come to the right place because we are back with more TTBurger game reviews, and I'm your host, Tony. This is episode 167, another multi-part review here. This is episode 167, part 1 of 4. And today we're going to be talking about some more Crash Bandicoot games. I know when I reviewed Crash Bandicoot games for my 100th episode back in like October of 2019, I said I was only going to look at the Naughty Dog Crash Bandicoot games. But today that has changed. I'm going to be continuing when I start off my 100th episode, and I'm going to be doing some more Crash Bandicoot games, the ones after the Naughty Dog era, because I changed my mind. And before I get started, I want to give a shout out to a friend of mine, HHHaircutter95, who's a big fan of Crash Bandicoot. So this is for you, HHHaircutter95. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day. And since this is a 4-part, like I said, we're going to be looking at 4 Crash Bandicoot games here, and then this is what we're going to do in here for this episode. I would say this is part 5 through 8, but this is going to be Crash Bandicoot games part 2, so it's going to be a totally different video. For part 1, we're going to look at Crash Bash. Part 2, Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. Part 3, Crash Nitro Kart. And Part 4, Crash Twinsanity. Got a lot to talk about here. So let's get started with talking about Crash Bash for the PlayStation, released on November 7th of the year 2000, we'll say. This time by Sonic Entertainment and Universal Interactive Studios and Eurocom. So yeah. And this was the first Crash Bandicoot game that Naughty Dog was not involved in since the license they had for it expired. And so ever since then, it was created by other publishers and developers ever since then. Now I will say that Crash Bash, I thought could have been a better game. Now I know this is a party-based game, like with many games, like a Mario Kart clone, but I will be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of these type of games. Why? Simple. It's just a bunch of mini games with a storyline thrown onto a disc that you play for a while until you get sick of them, and then you put the game away for a while and never touch it until whenever you feel like it again. Now I know these games are meant to be played with friends and multiplayer and stuff like that, but still after a while they get old and stuff like that, because like imagine playing Mario Kart over and over again with a bunch of people. You'll get sick of it after a while, and everyone else will get sick of it too. And Crash Bash really tries its best to be fun and to be a fun, innovative mini game, party game and stuff. But I only recommend this game to fans who are fans of these type of party like games and stuff like that, and who want a custom mini games to play. I only recommend it to them, but that's just me though. First, getting started here, this game does have a story. Aku Aku and Uka Uka, the two masks and stuff, are fighting again. They're fighting over who is more superior, good or evil. Aku Aku decides that the bickering and the argument's gone on long enough and will get them nowhere, so they decided to sell this. Uka Uka wants to fight, but Aku Aku says the ancients will not allow it. So they decide on a contest where friends of Aku Aku and Uka Uka challenge each other. Aku Aku has Crash Bandicoot and his sister Coco Bandicoot. Uka Uka has too many challengers, so he surrenders 2 of them, Tiny Tiger and Dingo Dial. So the games begin. And I am playing as Coco Bandicoot, and she's my favorite character of the Crash franchise, so I'm just saying that there. And you go through the warp rooms, pick a minigame to advance. You must place first by winning 3 times or so, and if you fail, you gotta do it all over again, and that's what you do there. And it's a good story that fits these types of games here. For the game's presentation, the graphics do not look as good as the previous Crash Bandicoot games on the PlayStation. And I know that's weird because this is the newer game, but the graphics don't look as good as the previous games. I mean, the previous games had great graphics with great character models and backgrounds and stuff like that, and they looked great, and they took advantage of the PlayStation's hardware. But here, they look bland and somewhat blocky. I mean, the character models look okay, aside from they got these big eyes, some of them, and just don't look the greatest. The levels look decent up there, but they're somewhat bland. But the cutscenes show the character models up close, and they look bland in the process there. And this game came out in November of 2000, right around the time the PlayStation 2 was released in North America. They could have easily have put this game on that console instead. I will admit the frame rate is smooth and stuff, and the graphics are colorful but look bland and blocky, so you decide there. The sound of it is where the game really shines. Excellent music and voice acting has a Crash Bandicoot feel to it. The only characters who talk for the most part are Aku Aku and Uka Uka. Not even Coco talks at all or anything like that, so just saying there. It would have been nice if they had more of the dialogues having for just the two masks talking, but still, good voice acting. The music is good, has that Crash Bandicoot feel to it, like I said. And the best song is the loading song. It's like, the loading song is really, really good, and the truth is, sometimes I wish the loading times were a little bit longer because the song is so catchy, and I love that song. It's a really good song, definitely. The gameplay of Crash Bash, fun at first, but can get stale after a while. I know this is a party-based game, but even then, like I said, these games can only be fun for a limited time before you are tired of it. But that is not the only issue I have with Crash Bash, but I'll talk more about that later. First, like I said, you pick a character and you start playing the good side or the evil side, and you start off in the warp room, go around and play a minigame, and there you go. There are a variety of minigames here, like ballistic, which is prevent the balls from getting into your goal, polar push, right on polar and knock your opponent off the icy platform you're standing on, pogo pandemonium, jump on a pogo stick and get the most scores for your points, and crate crush where you knock your opponents out with regular crates or TNT crates, but beware of the nitro crates. And you have the boss fights, which need no explanation. These are fun, but they can get repetitive and repeat too often after a while, which is minor changes. The opponent AI is unbalanced. They're either super easy as grilling a cheeseburger for a Sunday barbecue, to being brutally difficult to where they will whoop your ass immediately, like they're almost angry that their burger got burnt. And there is not really much after that once you play through the 28 minigames. Sure, they have tournament mode, versus mode, and stuff, and you can play again as a different character. But after that though, there's nothing else to do in this game. And aside from that, that's pretty much all I can say here. I mean, it's not the worst game in the Crash franchise. Like I said, it's not as bad as like Clash of the Titans or Mind over Mutant or Crash Tag Team Racing like that. But still, this game could have been better, more could have been ironed out. So final thoughts here, I can only recommend this game to people who are a fan of party-based games or with a bunch of mini games in the collection stuff. It's pretty much all I can say there. If you do want it, then hey, go for it. But just be warned, you're gonna be wanting to play the original Crash Bandicoot games in no time for sure. Due to the quiz I have with Crash Bash, the score we give it is a 5.5 out of 10. I know it's a harsh score, but just take it from me, this game could have had a lot more gold for it. That's all I'm gonna say. And that's it for this episode of episode 167, my Crash Bandicoot series part 2. And that's episode 1 of part 1 of 4. Stay tuned for part 2. We're going to take a look at Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. Introducing Crash Bandicoot to the PlayStation 2, and also introducing it to the Xbox and the Nintendo GameCube. So be on the lookout for that. How does this game fare as the first game for the next-gen consoles at the time? Find out in part 2. That's all I gotta say. And you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment down below, join my Discord group, TTBurger Gaming United. There's always looking more people to join. Link in the description below. I'll not wait 24 hours, so click on the link if you can. But all I gotta say is this is Tony, peace out, have a good day, see you all in my review of Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. Take care, everybody.